because there are a lot of other meetings. Because of that, it's kind of a distribution. Now, uh, about a month ago, before all this tariff stuff started, the market attached a chance of 22% that Fed rates are going to stay the same until the end of the year. That number is now 2%. Do you know why? Because people are concerned that if indeed this creates a recession, Fed is going to have to cut down the rates. That's what that means. So these things tell you the tea leaves. Whether or not that's going to happen, you know, just like the second law of thermodynamics, right? Entropy always increases. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen between now and the December meeting. But if this pattern continues, uh, short-term interest rates are going to be low. That's not going to reduce the long-term interest rates, though. That's the problem. Mortgage rates are not going to come down to below 3. If this keeps going on, mortgage rates are going to be over 10%. If you want to borrow for 3 months, you're not going to pay much. But if you want to borrow for 30 years, you are going to, which means housing market is going to collapse again. And there is so much leverage in the U.S. banking sector right now. 2008 could be a picnic. Self-inflicted wound. Again, I don't care what you think politically. I mean, I do, as long as you're willing to listen to reason, argue your own point. But we are entitled to our opinions. We're not entitled to our facts. Tariffs are uh, taxes. That is never a dispute. The only issue is who pays the tax. Is it the exporting countries that pay the tax or your consumers? Almost always it's your consumers and or your importers here, a combination thereof. I mean, you can do something about it with subsidies and stuff, but if you're going to do all of that, what was the whole point, right? It's basically mutually assured destruction. When trade relationships were not this quick and grift back in 1500s, that made sense. It took you 3 months to send some grain from Italy to Britain. You weren't sure whether you were going to be paid, and there was always war between countries, anyways. That's not the case anymore. War is never good for business, whether that's a military war or trading war. Peace is always good for business. Why do you think we have something called the European Union? And the biggest mistake United Kingdom ever have done in the last 50 years since the World War II was getting out of the European Union because they no longer have free access to that market. They no longer have easy access to the qualified working population. If I'm a citizen of Germany and I want to work in France, all I have to do is show up. But if I have to do the same thing in London now, I have to apply for a work permit. It takes 3 months. It's costly. Some people don't want to do that. So what happened? Overall productivity of UK has gone down. Why? Because and they no longer have to benefit of that. Scottish are not very happy. In fact, this may end up Scottish being independent at some point. Technically, they have that right. They can go back and join EU. I mean, our NAFTA is not a customs union, but it kind of acted like that. Do you really think that illegal immigration issue would not have been even bigger if U.S. and Mexico did not have a trade agreement? Because of that trade agreement, Mexico has become wealthier. If a country is poor, people want to eat. If I can't eat where I live, I'll do anything in my power to go somewhere where I can eat. Same thing with Canada. I mean, you could never pay Canadians to come immigrate here. That's a separate issue. But now that we have Obamacare and stuff, maybe, I mean, it does make a difference. I mean, I haven't seen the final number yet, but um, this surgery is going to cost our insurance probably over $100,000. And if we didn't have insurance here, that would have bankrupted me. Now I have an out of pocket maximum, I think $4,000. I don't like it, but I chose the medium plan. I've been paying lower insurance premium because of that. So over time, I'm good. The last 19 years in this university, I was one of the best insurance clients they had. Now I'm getting my vengeance, but that's going to bankrupt me. And I'm one of those people. If I go bankrupt, I'm going to lose a lot of consumption, right? So Canadians won't come here. Yes, there are issues with waiting lines, this and that. Let me give you the biggest example. Uh, Among other reasons, I also have chronic bronchitis since I was a kid. Sometimes I use an inhaler, mostly as kind of a support. I don't even need it, but it has become a habit. With my good insurance, if I use the non-generic version of that inhaler, my copay is $40. The generic one is 10. Okay. You're saying, okay, not too bad. If I go to Turkey, in fact, my ex went to Turkey last summer. She bought me 10 of those, 10 of the non-generic ones. You know how much she paid for those? $30. Not per, $30 for 10. In fact, the one I get over there has a higher dose, 110 milligrams. The one I get over here is 90. It's exactly the same product, but because of the uh, political influence of pharmaceuticals in U.S., those things are more costly. I mean, I'm also type 2 diabetic. I mean, until this year, I wasn't doing much about it. Now I'm getting Monjaro. $1,000 a month it costs if I had to buy it myself. Well, if I don't have insurance, what's going to happen? I can't buy it. That means my chances of dying from type 2 diabetes is much higher. So if I die when I'm 95, I don't care. That's one of the reasons I keep refusing to quit smoking because I have good genes. If I quit smoking now, it's going to add 5 years to my shitty years. Whether I live 5 more years after 95, it doesn't matter too much, as long as it doesn't bother me now. But if you kill me in my productive years, you lost a lot. The people that, I mean, I know not all the students are very excited, but every year out of 100 students, I'm, I know and I'm hoping I make a big influence on maybe 10. Those 10 are going to do great things. If you kill me early, what's going to happen? There's going to be some other guy, all he or she cares is, oh, I just want to get good teaching evaluations. You've seen all of them. They come to class, they talk to you for 15 minutes. Do you have any questions? No? See you next time. Or you take an online class, you don't learn much from it. And yes, those guys are young, but instead of making $100,000 a year, you're going to be making 60. If this keeps going on, you know what's going on. So those kinds of things are important. Peace is important. We're not, 50 years from now, the population growth keeps going on like this, we'll still have wars. Don't get me wrong, because at the end of the day, everybody has to eat, right? But if we can grow with peace, economically speaking, militarily speaking, it's always better. All right. Have a great break, and we're gonna continue with our regular schedule. So I'll post, assuming there's not a new complication, I'll post your quizzes and stuff by the end of next Friday, so that you'll do your uh, quizzes before you come back after the break, and we'll do our Jeopardies and all the other stuff. All right, have fun, guys. Thank you. You too.